Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode of SunStar Startup Spotlight, the Island Stories. I'm Queen Garcia Dinaldo, and today we will be talking about the creative world of art as we celebrate the National Arts Month this February. A time to appreciate the talent, imagination, and hard work that local artists put into their craft. Whether through paintings, illustrations, or digital creations, art has the power to move us, tell stories, and even evoke nostalgic feelings. It's a special month for the creative community, and we're excited to showcase one of the amazing artists making waves with her work, Miss Jane Frances Latorza, the brilliant mind behind Japalette. SunStar Startup Spotlight, The Island Stories, is a campaign by Izla Lokal in partnership with SunStar, which aims to help local artists and artisans promote their handcraft products from artisanal food to native bags, fashion accessories, home decors, and everything in between. Izla Lokal is an online marketplace for Filipino local products where you can find your favorite handmade creations like native bags, fashion accessories, paintings, home decors, or even artisanal food like dried mangoes, farm to table products, and gourmet chocolates. Simply go to www.islalokal.com, search for a product that you like, add it to your cart, and pay, and we will take care of the delivery. For Cebu City, Isla Lokal offers same-day delivery, and for nationwide and international customers, we can ship nationwide and worldwide. Now, let's check with our live viewers. Hello, everyone. Hello to our friends from the Ming Shais, and also from University of San Jose Recoletos. Hello. So drop a comment and let us know where you are watching from, and feel free to ask any questions that you might have about art, business, or even about entrepreneurship, and we'll be answering them later on. So at this point, let's meet the artist behind Japalette. She's a passionate studentpreneur, a former creative director of USJR, or the University of San Jose Recoletos official publication Forward, and she is making waves in the world of art and illustration. So please join me in welcoming Miss Jane Frances Latorza. Hi, Jane.
Hi, so I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And hello, everyone. My name is Jane Frances Latorza, and I'm currently a BS Psychology student from the University of San Jose Recoletos. And I have been formerly the creative director of Forward Publications for 3 years. And yes, I'm the mind behind Japalette.
Japalette. So that's the art name.
Yes, that's the art name.
What's the story behind Japalette?
Okay, so basically, Japalette is a combination of Jane and palette. So Jane's palette. So I wanted to have like a personal touch of the palette. So personally, I like to view life as somewhat like a canvas. So it's very much colorful with different palettes. And I was thinking, how could I incorporate me and the palette? So yeah, hence the Japalette.
Wow, very nice. No, there is really a story, and there's like you have that ownership. It's my name. It's my art, diba? But how did you start with Japalette?
So Japalette started as, honestly, it was like an experiment for me. I've been working with the publication since I was like a freshman. So, and I wanted to venture out of the publication. So how about I create my own identity outside of the publication. So I wanted to venture something more free in terms of art. So, and then I had the idea that why don't I make my own art account? So hence Japalette was created, and from there I started to be included in art communities and be outside lang jud, and also meet new people.
Wow. So since you were a kid, you already know that you can draw or you can paint.
Well, it wasn't really something that I could say I was born with, but however, I always had the interest in cartoons. Yes, being an only child actually kind of has that influence. So when you're like alone at home and then you watch these movies, you kind of have this thought that maybe I can do that, or like maybe I can draw that. So out of curiosity, I kind of like developed that skill. And well, my parents are very much supportive when they saw that I had this interest, this growing interest. So they were like, "Oh, do you want to pursue this, or how can we support you with it?" So yes, my parents were very much supportive with the art. So as I grew much older, I was provided with these materials, and I was
Wow.
yes, I
Good
was,
for you.
I mean, it's not like typical Asian parents.
Right, yeah,
They
yeah.
always like encourage me to do more and like venture out and be the explorer that I am.
Yeah, yeah, that is very nice that your parents are very supportive of you since you were a
Yes,
kid.
yes.
And look at you now, you're the creative director of the official publication of a big university here in Cebu. And it is such their pride and joy, no? Seeing that little child they used to support providing with materials that you need. And right now, you're also putting your heart and soul into something that you like. And which is something that's tangible, something that they can read, something that they can watch, or they can look at,
They can
diba?
see, yeah.
Or they can see. So it's also very nice for parents, no? If you see that your child there's this interest, sometimes they're waiting for someone to support them,
Yes.
for
yes.
them to be more confident, or for them to acknowledge that skill. As you've mentioned, you're not born with it, but along the way, you were able
Yeah.
to build confidence, or because of that curiosity, along the way, you were able to build confidence because of the trust of your
Yes.
parents and also their support.
Their
So,
encouragement.
right,
Yeah.
right, the encouragement, and it may not just be in words, but it's more than enough for kids, no, that you buy them the materials, but of course do not spoil
Spoil
them,
them,
right,
yeah.
right. So it's just the right balance of providing for them, and the discipline should also be there,
Yeah.
right? So Japalette started when you were freshman. And what is your art style? Do you do portrait, and what's your medium?
Okay, so starting out, I was very much more like a scientist doing experiments. So
Indeed, a very science high, or a
yeah,
mention.
very science high, very science high
Always
trait.
experimenting.
Like figuring out what works
Yeah.
best for me.
Yeah, and it's
So-
it's a natural trait, no? Na we're very curious.
We're
no?
very curious, and
Yeah,
it's like
not
a
self-proclaimed, but that's very common.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a trait that we bring all throughout our lives. So, when I was starting out, there was like a very experimental stage for me. So I started out with watercolors. So yes, I do believe that materials would be helpful, but they don't necessarily have to be expensive
Correct,
to produce
correct.
like great art. So my first watercolor was actually, the typical
The
na
yellow
kid,
one?
yeah, the
Ah!
kiddie watercolor. Because although my parents were supportive, but I was also kind of like shy to like
ask for
yeah
them.
to ask for them for more materials or whatsoever. So um I just bought the 20 pesos na the watercolor palette, and then I started experimenting, and YouTube is very helpful. And so far, through that, I was like, okay, this works for me. What if I try oil? And I also started, okay, this also, I kind of like oil. And then, but I started wash, if you're familiar with that.
Oh yeah,
wash.
wash.
I wasn't.
it's not your thing?
It wasn't for me. It
Why?
wasn't
Why?
for me. I don't know. A lot of artists say that wash is like the perfect medium because it's like watercolor but acrylic.
Yes,
it's
yes,
like
yeah.
it's like the best. But I don't know. I just don't get it as much as I get watercolor and acrylics separately. So maybe gouache is kind of like in the last part
Yeah,
of my medium. So yeah, watercolor, acrylics, and oil. I've dabbled with it, and also currently I'm a digital illustrator. So I've also been designing. So yeah, I've designed a logo. I've also did layouts for the magazine, and yes, it's just like my art style is probably like something I like to tie back to my values that art is being an artist is like always being an amateur.
Oh,
So
I like that.
yeah, being an artist is always it's gonna be like yeah an amateur process wherein to spark that creativity you always have to have that curiosity.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, I like what she's saying. That being an artist is
Yeah.
always being an
An
amateur.
amateur, yes.
Because as you've mentioned, I'm listening to you. You
Mm-mm.
started with that yellow watercolor that's
Yeah.
20 pesos that our teachers will require us at the first
Yeah.
start of
Uh-uh.
the year, you know. And you started with that, transition to watercolor. You tried gouache, you tried oil, and
Yeah,
even acrylic, and now she's transitioning, or she's doing now digital. During our time, we don't know anything about digital, and gouache, I think it's also new.
Yeah, it's
because
new.
back in the day, what's introduced usually is the watercolor, the 20 peso na watercolor,
palette,
right? So if you feel like you already know or you're already a master of one medium, you will not explore on acrylic or on other things.
Yeah.
And I think for me as an artist, it's like um, an opportunity for you to explore because you already have that skill.
Yes.
So it's just like, trying to experiment with other things so that you will know, I'm flexible, I can do this.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes people think that if you're an artist, you can do everything, which is not.
yeah. Which is not the case.
Yeah, it's not always the case. Although there are artists na who are very
Yeah,
flexible, they can even do charcoal.
Charcoal. Yeah.
They can even do like calligraphy or whatever medium or mixed media. Dagdagan na kayo ka, di ba? But it's good that as an artist, you know what are your strengths and what you need more skills with para you continue to grow.
Hone that
Yeah,
skills.
you continue to hone that skill. So, what do you usually paint? Is it for others they paint portrait, others they
okay.
do landscape. Well, for me, I do watercolor, but more on very
The
girly thing, florals and also
Florals.
landscape. Yeah, but what about you?
I specialize on portraits. So my portraits have like a unique style, a touch of Jane. So it's not really the realistic portraits. It's more of like how I envision that person to be, and based on like what the client would describe them as. So
So, for example, if you feel like painting something, what comes to mind usually? How do you start that process?
when I start painting, I go back to the basics wherein what do I really want to be what's the story behind, so what do I want to tell. So even if it's a portrait, a lot of stuff can be read through the human expression. And let's say for example I had a client. She commissioned me for her mother's portrait for Mother's Day, which also fell on her mother's birthday.
Wow,
So it's a
nice.
very special day for them. And I was very honored to have that experience to draw her mother. And before I really start, I really love to take my client with me to the process. So I ask them, how would you describe your mother?
Wow,
Yes,
nice.
and if your mother was an animal, what would you compare her to? Like
You're indeed a psychologist.
Yes, you're gonna apply certain aspects of psychology into art. So yeah. A lot of people would say that is it difficult to like balance the how
Yes.
scientific psychology
And
is and
creative,
how
yeah.
creative art is, but I don't know. I think it's like that's the how cliche it sounds, but that's like the art of art. You get to be influenced with multiple areas of yourself, and then you just apply it and learn the process.
Yeah, I like that you take them with you as you begin or as
Thank
you
you.
explore how you start the portrait, because portrait is also different, no? You cannot just, although you can randomly dry or
Draw
draw
the-
anything, but especially if it's commission and there is a story to it.
Yeah.
Well, for me, if there are commissions, it adds more pressure because you don't know how other people will feel about the artwork.
Yes,
But
yes.
especially for portraits, especially for stories like that, I think,
Mhm.
how do you feel? Like, do you feel any pressure, or do you feel like the pressure is lifted once you get to know the person?
Yes, of course. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to not mess it up, and like there's also this like imposter syndrome, like wherein you think that it's never gonna be good enough, or like I'm just gonna draft this later or whatsoever, or like you're gonna procrastinate. Nah,
Mhm.
maybe I'm not good
Yeah.
enough to start. But I think like through my experiences as an artist, I have to build a sense of trust within myself.
Correct.
Yeah, to if the client has already chosen me, then I think like I have something to give. So
Correct. Correct.
yeah, it's more of like trusting yourself because people have already trusted you.
I like that. Yeah.
So
I think that adds to your confidence also as an
Mhm.
artist. No?
Yeah.
Like, they already chose you. Why shouldn't you choose yourself?
Yes, it's
This
like-
at this point.
you have to show up.
Yeah, you have to always show up. You know, not just for yourself but for other people. You have to show up
Yeah.
because they choose you
Mm-hmm.
over other artists. There's so many
Yes.
artists,
Mm-mm.
you know, na ano. So, you started 3 years ago
Yes, yes.
to be the official artist guild or full-fledged artist. Along the way, what were the challenges, especially that you are a student and you are active in your school publication, you're a creative director? What are the challenges along the way? Because I know for sure your classmates are listening or watching us right now, or other people are watching us right now. What can you tell them? Like, how do you balance being an artist, a student, a daughter, and whatsoever labels you may have?
Well, honestly, a lot of people do ask me that question. How do you even like go to class? Pero yeah, I think like I like to think that I'm someone who really values showing up. So I committed to these roles. So
Correct.
it's my responsibility to show up to these roles. And also in yes, it's a challenge because number one, you're going to think that I have to excel in this and I also have to excel in that, so that medyo like ma-validate ang reason na, okay, so you're an artist but you also have to be a good student. So you
Correct,
also have to
yeah.
be a good daughter. You also have to be a good creative director. So there's like a lot of things that needs you to be good at.
Mm.
So yes, of course I've cried. Of course I've cried. there were lots of days wherein I thought that hindi ko na kaya. Pero like when you like accept that okay, I've committed myself to these roles, might as well show up.
Yeah.
So yes, in handling these challenges, I do my research as well. So how to be more like how to establish boundaries, how to not self sabotage in the process. So yes, it's a very much let's say lengthy process of
Mhm,
learning
mhm.
how it works. So yeah, it's basically you accepting the fact that you should show up.
Yeah. Well, if you have so many things that you're committed to, you really have to show up.
Yes.
Because it's also very hard that you being a creative director and you will not show up one day. Although there are times that that's valid, no?
Mhm.
Especially we're not feeling well or we're not feeling okay.
Mhm.
Even if you're not sick and you're not feeling okay, it's okay to skip some days.
Yes, yes.
Diba? Just for you to circle back sa imong self, no? Especially for artists, there are so many things that will inspire us, and we
Mhm.
also, I don't know, but for me, I also get drained easily.
Mhm.
So it's very important to take a balance of showing up and balancing your energy
Yes.
also. and so that you will be able to attend to everything, especially having that big roles, or wearing so many hats as a student and as an artpreneur, a studentpreneur, and also as a daughter. So I like that you mentioned you show up. So that's a very good commitment.
Thank
Not
you.
just for other people, but it's your commitment to yourself.
Yes.
That I need to show up.
Mhm.
But along the way, when you show up, you will realize so many things, or you have tactical decisions or explorations, like, oh, this is how I should do it because this is what happened.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just because I'm showing up. So you have to be ready for customers and for people to be ready for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, going back to the commission, how did they feel about it? Like after receiving that portrait,
portrait,
yeah, for Mother's Day.
I I still remember it like fresh. It's very a
That was
very
last year,
no, that was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So you were
Yeah.
pretty new.
Yes.
Yeah, do I understand the imposter syndrome?
Yeah. It's like
But now do you still have imposter syndrome?
I think it's I'm more like healthy in coping
Okay.
and no, you're just negativity. You're
Oh.
just my negativity. You're just my brain telling me lies.
Yeah, correct.
So, when my client received the portrait, I can still remember how she said like, "This makes me really happy," and I know it's a very simple compliment, but it was very much genuine, and the fact that it's a very personal portrait and it was entrusted to me, I it was it was something that I truly treasure because it's not every day you get to meet, well, in a way, strangers that would trust you with something so personal, something so special, and you get to be part of that special moment for them. So yes, when she said that, that actually motivated me to, okay, my art can make people happy.
Yes, yes.
So in a way, yeah, that really served as my driving force to, okay, I can continue. I'm actually good at this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So the feedback made them, receiving the product made them happy.
yeah.
And as an artist, it made you happier also.
And a little bit more confident.
Confident because it
Yeah.
validated everything, or it put the imposter syndrome away. No, wala ra di ito. It's just in my mind.
Go hide.
But I think that's normal, Mansan.
Mm-mm.
I don't think that's just limited to artists, but we
Mm-mm.
always have that, no, na imposter syndrome in whatever we do. We sometimes
Yes.
feel we're not good enough in doing it.
Mm-mm.
So, ano lang, just shake it off.
Yeah.
Or maybe try to trust yourself more. And I would like to highlight that when people choose you to do something, you have to show up and, choose yourself also to deliver, or to do the things that's being asked of you. All right. So, at this point, I would like to show everyone how Jane, or the products that she is offering. So before we do the demo, maybe you can talk a little bit more of your products.
Okay, so lately I have been selling more stickers and designs. So I've been like experimenting with, well, I have been working on graphic design and also layouts. And right now, I'm currently thinking about doing more sticker works. So, and also, well, right now I'm not currently very much active in the commission work because of classes and such. But yes, my latest products would be my stickers.
Wow. So you're going towards digital.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, digital, but also selling it online. Oh, sorry, you're selling it to other people,
Yes.
right? So, I think it's also a good thing that you mentioned digital or the stickers because it's the end thing. But later we will talk more about that. For
Okay.
now, Jane will show us one of her how she you do the process
Okay.
of digital or illustration. Yeah. So maybe we can proceed to that table.
Okay. So
Yeah. We'll go there. So here. So you are using your iPad.
yes, I'm currently with my iPad. So um okay, so this is my iPad and I'm gonna show a little bit of my process and how I do my stickers.
Yeah. But for some people,
Yes.
they feel like I don't want to start it because I don't have the latest,
The latest-
gadget or
Okay.
device. What would you tell them?
Okay, I would tell you that when I started my digital work, it was just my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I started on my phone, I started using my fingers.
Mm.
Then I saw something on YouTube that you can create your own stylus.
Really? How?
Yeah. So what I did, it's actually like an empty pen. So, as a science guy, you
okay.
gotta apply the science. So,
Teach me.
there's this empty pen. Then you wrap it around foil.
Oh.
Yes, and then you put cotton buds on the tip of the empty
Pen?
ball pen. So, and then you dip the cotton bud in water. Then you tap it, and then you can already draw on your screen.
So you draw it with wet
yeah, with the wet cotton buds. You're just gonna tap it para like it's not
dili siya
that wet.
watery. Oh.
So, yeah, you can already draw it on your screen. So,
Wow,
yeah.
nice to know. I'll
Right.
try it.
Yes, you can make your own stylus, guys. So,
Yeah, the DIY.
Yeah.
Before buying or investing to something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
then-
maguna nga, I don't have device or I don't have
yeah. That's like
materials.
kanang a new artist, they tend to say na, that's why her art is good kay she has the iPad man.
Okay.
Or like,
What's your
she has-
reaction?
Actually not.
I started with a pen.
Yeah, I started with a DIY pen. So, guys, it's not an excuse.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so, here's my iPad. And here
You use
are...
Procreate.
Yes, I use Procreate. Before, I used like a lot of programs. So, I use Ibis.
Yeah, Ibis.
I even use Autodesk.
Mm-mm.
What was the other like I experimented. So yeah, for me they have no difference at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now I use Procreate because it's more convenient because I have the iPad. So okay,
Alright.
so if you can see, I have also like a design for a
Wow,
gown.
A gown.
Yeah.
What is this for?
So that was for a teacher's gown for her awarding.
Oh, okay.
For my, it's actually my mother's.
Okay.
Yeah, she wanted like a gown design, so I kind of sketched something. So this is like
One question before you proceed. I'm just curious.
Okay.
You're into gown designing or into these things. Why you took psychology instead of
the arts. Okay, so I took up psychology because, well, I was a humanities student when I was in senior high school,
okay.
and then I've always wanted to understand the human brain.
Okay.
Yes, there's this science girly in me, hapon. So the human brain, and then I don't know. I just didn't felt like art would be something I need to study. That I
okay.
want art to be something I experience.
Love it. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, this was like a sample
So
for the
nice.
gown that she was going to
Maybe
wear.
we should work together, no?
I would love that. I would really love that.
Okay, go.
Okay, so for my stickers, this is like a sample. So I actually love making puns and jokes in my stickers. So hinay pero kanunay, and it's a turtle. So like slowly but surely in a turtle.
Where did you get the inspiration of the turtle? It's
holding a book?
You're holding a book.
I don't know. I just
Maybe
like
it's a student. Nahinay pero
oh
maninay.
kanuna yeah
Ah,
like kanun.
okay.
You'll get there.
Okay,
Ganon.
okay.
And then another sample would be like this one, like you're fantastic.
Ah.
Yeah, I have a thing for puns, and I actually like to like sit down and think of what would be something witty to go.
How
with
much do you
this
sell
one.
this for? Like, if it's digital, are they buying like this piece, Anna? Or stickers lang yun?
Stickers na lang dyan siya. So like
Ah.
every piece would be 30 or 35
Ah,
depending sa
okay.
sa event and how much the like stall would cost.
Okay, okay.
So ganon. Should I like
Okay.
demonstrate?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead. Sorry, I have so many questions.
No, it's not a problem. So when I pick a canvas, so I usually start with 1,500 by 1,500,
Mm.
which is this
The
one.
standard.
Okay,
Mhm.
so when you
So you're painting a portrait now? Or what?
it could be a design.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
maybe a cute design. So we want something that's maybe not so detail oriented when it comes to design, because the thing about design is that it's more simple compared to your illustrations.
Mm.
So dapat viewers when they see it will be like, oh, I get it. Or like if you're trying for something funny, they would immediately like ha 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 ha,
Yeah.
not like what is she trying to
Yeah,
say?
yeah, yeah.
So okay, so maybe we could like draw maybe what would be your favorite maybe your spirit animal or whatsoever.
Me?
Yeah.
Spirit animal? I don't know, maybe a lion joke.
Lion. Okay, maybe.
No, I'm not really a lion, but yeah, you try lion.
Okay, so when you want to design a lion, so it would be something that, and then we want like a design that's not very time consuming
Mhm.
too. So and we want it cute because
Yeah.
it's a design, especially for stickers. A lot of people like cute stickers.
Correct, yeah.
Nobody wants like the very much
Yeah,
detail
detailed,
oriented
yeah.
na lion. Like say for example a lion that's really realistic, and they're gonna put it in their laptops. So cute. In there. So okay. So also for those who are aspiring to be procreate artists, the feature wherein it corrects the lines would be very much helpful, but I do recommend for beginners to practice on their stability when it comes to drawing lines. So don't use the autocorrect for lines na kay, because there are
Yeah.
there's like a feature na they correct your lines
Oh yeah,
immediately.
bitaw, no?
Yeah, I think like
You get the straight
Mm-mm.
instead of the curvy.
yes. So for beginner artists, it's really much a great practice
Mhm.
to draw your own lines. So let's say for example it's maybe a cute little lion. So you're just gonna put it like that.
It's Simba.
Yeah, it's Simba. Like that.
Cute.
Stickers are very much fun because they're very simple,
Mhm.
and they don't they don't really take that much time, and then you get fun out of it. There's not much pressure. So then now it's the process wherein I think about a witty line for a lion, which doesn't really come naturally. to
Naturally,
me.
yes. It will take time. Even
It will
for
take
one
time,
line,
yeah.
it will really take time.
So that's why and then when we get to
In terms of color, how do you like blend two colors? For example,
Okay.
I want it here,
Mhm.
I want it darker, and then here lighter ombre effect.
oh,
And then you
okay.
get strands. How do you do that?
Okay, so when you're dealing with color, you must go to the basics wherein where is the light?
Oh yeah, the source of light.
Yeah, where is the light? So when it comes to my illustrations, I like to put a sun.
Okay.
I like to put a sun. Then the light would be coming here if the sun is there. So here would be the darker sides.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so maybe I could show you. Let's say, for example, this one is. Let's go here. Okay. So.
Oh,
That one.
it is
Then.
quick. I thought you have to brush it all the way, just like the traditional art.
Yeah. Pero we can make it quicker naman.
Cute.
So, in Procreate, manggod, kay there are still pixels na it's not covered. So, yeah, it's if you're doing this with a lot of like a longer time, you should really like put another layer to it.
Layer to layer. Okay.
So the thing about digital art is that you have to understand your layers too. So there's also settings. Like say for example, this one you have your when I put it to light, it disappears. Screen dodge. And
Okay.
ganda. So let's put it back to normal. So if this one is your like darker side, a lot of artists also have, especially the beginner artists, they have this connotation that if it's darker, you have to go
like to the black. Yeah.
like darker jud. But actually, you can go for something that is complementary or more warmer.
Yeah.
So you have to put your color here, and then maybe a little bit here. Then you have this.
Strands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Compared to this one, it's another color. It doesn't really complement to the orange, right?
It's like monochromatic.
Yes.
No.
So
Okay.
that's
very nice. I think that's enough. Thank you so much for showing us your talent. I don't even know how to draw that line. I only know how to paint flowers or landscapes. Okay. So maybe we'll take a short break. And then we'll talk more deeper into the art and also how we can, monetize our artwork in our after this short break. So we would like to thank our sponsor, Well Empire, air-powered lumbar support belt from Well Empire. Thank you so much. They gave us like a lumbar belt, but I have not. I'm not using it now, but yeah, it's a very good lumbar belt support so that you don't slouch while, especially for artists, we used to slouch a lot.
The shrimp
diba?
pose,
Mag-hunch na ta. And then, it's so kapoy sa atong back. But, yeah, thank you so much, Well Empire. And also would like to thank Arte Casa for sponsoring today's beautiful session. Always beautiful. And yeah, Arte Casa specializes in creating timeless and affordable furniture pieces that turn any space into a cozy home. So thank you so much, Belle, from Arte Casa, for your setup. So we will be back after this short break. Okay, so we're back. So Jane, earlier before we started. You showed me a portfolio. You said it's a
Yes,
creative
it's
portfolio. Maybe we can show that um, in the screen. So tell me more about that.
okay. So we have Handurao. Handurao is actually the creative
Not the
folio.
pizza.
It's not the pizza, guys.
Hi, Eric.
It's the creative folio of Forward Publications. It was my project when I was the creative director. So I've always wanted to have like the, what do you call this, like the avenue for creatives to showcase how they interpret a certain theme. So, in Forward, we have like, we're known for our very much thought provoking themes, and mostly writers get to interpret that theme. So, and as a creative director, I've always wanted, how about we have a different approach? Why don't we publish a material that's basically like the creative's medium of expression, wherein they get to express um, societal issues. Those what do they perceive the theme as? So yes, that was actually presented to the admin, and I had to work on the um, what do you call this, the presentation, and why it should be like a published material, because I think it's actually historical, because it's the first creative
Yeah.
folio, I think, in Cebu, when it comes to be published in
Yeah.
like a university publication. So yeah, it was like, it was that, I would say, like a catalyst. Like, it was a lot of Hosanians really loved it, and it was really something na they would say na, wow, dutaan ni kanas to ngano na
Yeah.
ana inani
Yeah.
inana nga asa ni gikan inana. So it was, yeah, in a way, like it was a service sa to Hosanians na
Yeah.
kaan.
I'm
This-
part of it.
Yeah.
I'm also
Hosanian.
watching it and looking at it earlier. I said we should have this during our time. So
Mhm.
until now, did it carry on till the next semester or
Yes,
the next
yes,
publication?
yes. It's already.
So you started it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I started.
very
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
Yeah, very nice. So it's like an editorial through art.
Yes.
Art
your
expression.
Yes.
Wow, very nice. No? Maybe you should also produce more and share it to other people, especially for
Thank you.
Asanians and
For Asanians,
yeah,
yeah.
for other people also, diba?
Mm-mm.
So it's good that universities and also schools support the talent of
Yes.
individuals, especially the students. No, okay. Usually we get to explore those things when we're at work,
Yes, yes, yes.
but not so much in school, pa.
Uh-uh.
But because usually when in school, manggod, we're although we can explore,
Mhm.
we can express ourselves, but sometimes na yung mga, dili pwede kani and all.
Yes.
But it's very good that she's brave enough as a creative director. Because as a creative person, you have to really fight for your creatives.
For your idea.
For your ideas to come to life. Otherwise,
Yes.
because you have to make people understand
Mhm.
why you should do it.
Yes.
Because sometimes our art, we're the only ones understanding our art.
Mhm.
So anyway, so much about art. At this point, I know you are very curious how you can earn through art. And it's a very big thing right now with
Yes.
digital marketing, no?
Mhm.
But where can we see your artwork online?
Okay, so I have a personal account for my art. It's, yeah, in Instagram, Japalette. And right now, when it comes to being paid for art, a lot of maybe connections play a great role to having clients. And when it comes to like international commissions, PayPal is,
Oh,
yes.
you also had
Yes,
international connections?
yes, yeah, for some concept arts. So it's more of like, yeah, the transaction basically goes through PayPal, and we can search more on that on the internet, said how it works and how would be your own method, ganon. And yes, it's basically like trusting yourself lang sa process. Mm-mm.
So you mentioned that you had international clients. So how did they found out about you?
I would have like, years ago I would have like a Twitter. I had a Twitter account, so I was and it wasn't Japalette pa at that time. It's more of like kanang I was experimenting on how like the art community works, how to connect with different artists, internationally. So yeah, there's actually those communities, the like GCs or yeah, people who share the
Yeah.
same interests with you. And yeah, after that, there were like writers, and they wanted to have like an original,
Illustrations.
yeah,
For
original,
books, no? Book publication. You do
yeah,
illustrations for
and then
them.
also like there were like maybe they're drafting pa their novels, so they wanted na their characters to be
You get
visualized.
commissions like that
Yes,
already.
yeah.
Okay, I cannot ask for the exact amount, but maybe a range, at least for people to know how do they price their art, because it's a controversy. Um, I read a lot because I also do painting. I paint also, and in my art account, I see a lot of posts, no, na like kana lang yung typical ng art, especially for abstract.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and they're selling it millions of dollars and or thousands of dollars, and then some people will say, it's a scam, and the art industry is a scam already, because how could you price something as much with by just sprinkling something, a paint or whatever? What's your take on that, and how do you set prices for your art?
Okay, so personally, I like to think that if I am already well established, then I can have confidence in my prices. So, when I was starting out, of course, there were like doubts on how to price your commissions. So, but later on in the through the process of it, you get to understand na I I am doing my job. So if you for example, for $1 and you translate it to a Filipino peso, you're going to think na it's a big price na pero actually for them it's actually like a small price lang. So there are also clients who are very much generous, who will tell you that, are you sure you're going to price this that
Yeah.
low?
Oh, that low, yeah,
That
yeah.
low, and then you get to learn naman sad, especially for international clients wherein I'm not very aware of the culture, and I was starting out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these clients also helped me in like pricing na, okay, this is what works.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
and in a way, like if you price your artwork right, they get to have like more confidence on the product naman sad.
Correct, correct. Sometimes when you lowball yourself as well,
Yeah.
it would also mean a different thing, or the opposite, which is
Yeah.
you're not good enough because it costs very low compared to other artists. I think the base price for arts or for your artwork, for me, it's always value based pricing. It's how much I value it. It's how much I put my heart into it, because I also paint I paint bags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I paint bags also, but I don't do it. I don't do it every time. I only do it once in a while. So my price is kind of high, maybe for compared to others, because I know that it will take me some time to come up with something, to put my heart into it. Sometimes that's how other artists price it. It's based on how much they put effort into it as well.
The time.
Yeah, it's always the time. So, but it depends on you. It depends on you, and it depends also on the person who will receive the art. So they will understand if you're in the same vision or if you're aligned. But there are also people, maybe if there are people who are complaining so much about it, maybe they are not your target audience or
Yes.
target market. So we have different target market. But yeah, I think when you said that you based it on not I mean, you mentioned that you are not confident yet to bring it full time just yet, because you are still student.
Yes.
I think eventually it will, translate into an income, like a full-time income, right? So what path would you choose, or are you going to pursue psychology full time, art full time, or how do you, balance it in the
Okay.
real world?
In the real world.
Yeah.
I actually have a 5-year plan for it.
Wow.
So
Very visionary.
I like to, I think like, you already started something, might as well, watch it grow.
Oh.
And then so yeah, yeah, I'm planning to pursue psychology.
Of
like,
course. Yes. Yes.
I'm very much interested in it. And when it comes to like my art, I actually have the vision of having like an art studio for like yeah, that in that way, like you could also encourage local artists to be in the community as well. So the studio would sell uh what I'm already starting, like stickers, the earrings, or like the clothes, like everything art. I want, like in a way, like you could create like a safe haven for artists and also art lovers as well, that who could, patrons who could consume the art
Yeah.
and support the artist. So in a way, it gives confidence to also aspiring artists that okay, art is not something that would make you go hungry. So
Correct.
yeah.
Not in this generation.
Yeah.
Not in this generation,
Generation.
guys. Because I'm sorry to cut you off.
okay.
Sometimes people will think you cannot make money out of art
Yes.
because back in the day you only sell it to art collectors.
Mhm.
But right now, when you are a creative person, I'm happy to share. When you're a creative person, not just in digital, but even if you do it watercolor, acrylic, or whatever, you can monetize in a way first. Okay, here's a tip: you record, your
Your
artwork,
process,
your
uh-huh.
process, post it in TikTok, Instagram, or even in YouTube.
Yeah.
And then maybe add a music to it, and then you get views.
Yeah, it gets
Eventually,
monetized.
you get views. Of course, you have to promote it as well, for it to increase the views. Then you will get money from it. Another one is when you do collaborations, the
Yeah,
ones that
yeah.
you do, or the commissions, and the stickers. You cannot. What we usually do is you print the stickers and sell it physically,
Yeah, yeah,
right? But right now there are a lot of websites wherein you can sell your stickers, not just stickers, but your other illustration. You
illustrations
sell it
as
to
well.
authors, to writers,
Sa Amazon.
to Amazon.
Yeah.
I think Viber is doing it
Yeah,
also. I think they're buying stickers also.
Etsy.
Etsy is it's a very big thing, and of course here in Cebu, I'm very proud to also share that because I have started painting 2016,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was only a hobby until I realized that I think this can be another potential side income. Although that was not really my focus, but when I do one weekend full blast doing art workshops, it's really
Yeah.
making me money,
Money,
right? And then, just like you, I wanted to have my own studio. I
Mhm.
wanted to have a place where I can be more creative and I can display some of my works. But that didn't happen because, I have other things as well,
Okay.
just like you. So, what I did, when we had the concept of Izla Lokal, it's a marketplace, I said to the team that the whole concept of Izla Lokal is anything handmade.
Ooh.
So it's for artists and artisans. That's why it's not just for artisans. It's also for artists, because I feel like there is no proper avenue for artists to thrive online. We only use our social media, but where do we sell our artwork?
Yeah.
We have to wait for another pop-up. We have to wait for another, other community events for us to come, for us to show our work.
There's no proper avenue
Yeah.
for it.
So Isla Lokal is a shared, it's not a shared, yeah, it's a marketplace for artists wherein you can display your artwork. You can add pictures, you can label it, the stickers. And the thing with that is, if it's a physical art like for example, you do the stickers, you can sell it from there.
Yeah.
So what you will do, or what people will do, is that there is already one objects. They're from UP.
Oh.
Just like you, they're doing illustrations
Yeah.
and they're exploring on bookmarks, and I'm using their bookmarks for my
Oh,
book.
for it.
Yeah. So they're selling it already in the website.
Okay.
And also notebooks. They're notebook
Oh.
covers, or yeah. So what people can do is they will just check it out, and then automatically it will notify you as the seller or as the artist that someone's interested. All you need to do is you just have to pack it, and then after a while, once it's paid,
Oh.
so a delivery guy will contact you to get the product and send it to you on the day if you're in Cebu. So those are baby steps. We're not really saying that it's full blown or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
but hopefully soon we can do the digital commerce also on the version of digital. But right now it's more of physical. So going back to what you said, because it's what most artists want. We want our own studio. Of course, pursue your studio, pursue your psychology, but for the meantime, if you wish to to expand more of your stickers or other products, you can post it in Izla Lokal. It's free.
Thank you.
It's free, although we get a little commission every fulfilled transaction.
Yeah.
So just that, ano lang, just go to Izla Lokal, sign up, and let me know so that I can walk you through the process.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's our gift for every
Yes.
artist out there, and it's something I'm very happy and proud about, because at least we are heard finally.
Yes.
We have this platform now. Yeah.
It's also like for an artist, like heartwarming in a way that okay, there's a community that's going to support.
Yeah, correct. And also, there are so many community events in Cebu
Yes.
that are very open to artists showing their products, pop-ups. And I will introduce you to a friend also who is interested to do art workshops.
Oh,
So we had
okay.
art workshops also for Izla Lokal. It's it's crafts party. We had one during December, last December. And then I will introduce you to a friend. She has a studio. It's a yoga studio. It's Love Yoga, and they're doing soon. They're launching their art workshops, and I will be there also. Maybe we can do a collab. So anyway,
Thank
so
you.
much more about
I
that.
love
So
that.
guys, if you're an artist, you can message me so that we can collaborate and see what we can do together with other community enablers here in Cebu. And yeah, that's it. So
Thank
going
you.
back to you, very last question.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the last question though. What are your goals for Japalette?
Okay, so Japalette started as something personal. So it's more of like, this girl trying to make her way through the art community, establishing who she really is or what she really wants. And I would want Japalette as like a brand that could resonate with a lot of artists as well. So it's not just Jane's palette anymore. It's more of like, owning your own palette. So maybe in the near future, I could do a rebrand on it and make it more diverse and also like in a way accepting to different different artists or whatever. As I mentioned, like the art studio, and maybe it would be like a creative hub for aspiring artists as well. And yeah, like different products would be sold, and maybe just like a place lang good for artists and artists at heart to feel comfortable
Yeah.
and like enjoy, like when you walk into a store, okay, this is my store.
Yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So,
Yeah, do that. Looking forward to that. And of course, you pursue being a psychology. So, in relation to that, I had a doctor friend. She's a doctor, a medical doctor,
oh.
and also an artist. So she painted my wedding cake.
Wow.
So she was able to do that. She was able to bake the cake at the same time, paint it, and she is a doctor. So there's no
That's
way
so
for you
cool.
guys to leave or to forget your profession or career, or to forget the art because you want to pursue your career. You can, I think, as long as it depends on your time management, you can always do
Yeah.
both things that you love. Just put your heart into it, everything will come into place. So before we end, let's talk about the word of the week. That's brand positioning. So word of the week is brand positioning, is how you differentiate your business from others and how customers connect with your brand. It's about defining your unique qualities and values so that your brands stands out in a crowded market. So it's like your brand positioning will help you identify your unique value proposition. That's our word of the 2 weeks ago, unique value proposition. So how you position yourself, how you want other people to perceive of you. If you are an artist and you are someone who's really great at making cartoons or making graffiti, so that's your brand positioning. That will make you stand out from the rest. And what will make you really great with your brand positioning is your brand story. So you should always have that brand story.
Yes.
When you do, it should be part of your brand positioning. And through brand positioning, you will be able to identify what makes you unique, or your unique value proposition, or others call it unique selling proposition. Why would people buy from you? Because you're the only person doing this,
Yeah.
doing this kind of art, doing this whatever. Okay, so that's brand positioning. So thank you so much for sharing your journey with us,
Thank
Jane.
you for
Thank
having
you.
me. Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank
much.
you so much. It's an honor and it's such a joy to share
It's my honor.
this interview with a fellow Sanian and also a fellow Mingshan.
Mingshan.
So thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for your time, and we can't really wait to see where Japalette goes next, and invite me in your studio opening.
Soon. Thank
So
you.
to all our viewers, don't forget to check out Japalette for beautiful and meaningful pieces. Just message her on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook as well.
Whether you're looking for a custom commission or some unique stickers, Jane's work is a perfect way to add some magic to your life. And maybe you can start asking her about Mother's Day's commission, because I know her hands might be full during Mother's Day already. So book in advance. Book in advance. So Izla Lokal is an online marketplace for Filipino local products where you can find your favorite handmade creations like native bags, fashion accessories, paintings, artworks, home decors, or even artisanal food like dried mangoes, farm-to-table products, and gourmet chocolates. So simply go to www.izlalokal.com, search for a product, add it to your cart, pay, and we will take care of the delivery. For Cebu City, Izla Lokal offers same-day delivery, and we can ship nationwide and worldwide as well. This is Queen Garcia Dionaldo, and thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep supporting local businesses. See you next time.